Morning, y'all. Today I'm starting a cook that I've talked about a couple times on the lives. So this group that I'm with in the morning that we work out and I do my walking with is called F3. Some of you know about it, some of you don't, and that's cool. But one of their outreaches that they do every first or second Tuesday of every month is they serve meals at a men's shelter. You know, and these are people that are down on their luck, whatever, all walks of life. So I got asked to get on cue and volunteer, and I did. And I'm doing barbecue and pulled chicken for the few that don't do pork for religious reasons. You know, okay, so here's the chicken cook. We're going to get into that, and I'll get into the pork later, but here's the chicken cook. Pulling out the old Drum Doctor's barrel, so we'll go in and check the chickens and show you what I got. Alright, so here's our yard birds. What I find when I'm doing something for a group, you got to watch what kind of spices you use. So this is just a domino rub, what I call bear love. It's just 2 parts of black pepper and 1 part salt. So that's what I'm going to use on them. So I'll show you when I get them all done. Here's the 2 yard birds, all salt and peppered, looking lovely. Bam. All right, well, let's go check when the drum's up temperature, we'll get them on. 250 degrees, let's get them on. Here they are. Let's close it up and see them in a few hours. Right, so this is after 3 hours, between 250 and 275. Those look delicious. Time to let them rest. Getting Dr. Green fired up, and we're getting some smoke rolling, getting heated up for the butts for the men's shelter. Just shy about 2 1/4, a little over. Clean smoke. The butts are ready to go. Look at how gorgeous those look with just salt, pepper. There they go. Good night. So F3 stands for faith, fitness, and fellowship. It's our 3 F's, F3, yeah. It is fitness based, it is totally free, it is pure lead, and it is rain or shine. You know, we get out there and you work out, and your workouts are modified as necessary. You know, you don't have to keep up with the guy next to you. You know, if you're a newbie and you want to walk, hey, go walk. You go to, some of the guys run, some of the guys ruck, some of the guys do the heavy workouts. Modify as necessary, listen to your body, and no man's left behind. You show up, you're doing what you can, they're not going to leave you hanging and leave you behind. Numerous times we've had guys that just, you know, get injured and then they're trying to do the workout and they can only do, you know, 30 minutes instead of 50 minutes or an hour. And somebody always stays with them just to kind of do the next F, which is fellowship. And you conversate and you're talking, and it's guys talking guy talk and talking real stuff that you can't talk with your wife or you can't talk with your kids. And there's no judgment. These guys are actually, you find them, they're all walks of life. You find them in the exact same boat you're in. So that's pretty cool. And together you find friendships and fellowship in that because you're not alone in your daily trials of parenthood, of adulthood, of manhood, and your faith. Well, it's all walks of faith. We're not, F3 is not specific on what it is that you believe in, as long as it's a higher power and you don't mind praying. We pray over every meal that we have together and over every workout, at the end of every workout. So we believe these guys that I've been around believe in rising tide lifts all ships, and iron sharpens iron. And I can say it's done a lot for myself, physically, mentally, spiritually. It's helped me out a lot. And well, thank you to my brother Hawkeye for getting me into it, and the other brothers. Cheers. Yeah, so we're getting set up. Probably won't do any video of the actual serving, but hey, some of the F3 guys have showed up, and we're getting prepped and ready to go. All right, guys. So we're done serving. It was I felt a lot. I felt pretty good about it. The first time that I helped, I didn't know what to expect, and it was a different vibe. But today, today we had I think it was like roughly 50 people come through, and I don't know, it just felt different. It was more uplifting. And Cub, what was your takeaway?
I liked it.
You liked it. Now, you said something a minute ago, and I didn't get it on tape because I wasn't taping. What'd you say?
I noticed very micro facial details and expressions.
Okay, like what?
Like when everybody walked in, they had this kind of mellow, dull, like, oh shit, like I'm still here in this position. But once they got up and they started eating, you could see some of them were like smiling, some of them eyes was watering. And I know our food was not that hot.
Right.
And it's just those micro details that normal people don't necessarily notice. Like, you didn't notice.
I was kind of busy walking around talking to some of the other people and whatnot.
And a lot of them, the one guy, he was sitting at a table right in front of where we were serving. He was on the phone with, like, his brother or his cousin. And he was like, this is one of the best things I've had in a while. Because a lot of the time, people who are in those kind of situations, they might have to walk 10 to 20 miles just to get to where they can sleep.
That was pretty good. Made me feel good inside that I was able to give them something that they probably don't get or don't ever get.
Knowing some of the people that were there, like, on more than just, oh, your buddies with so-and-so, but actually knowing them and having a class with them and then seeing them in a position like that, but being able to give them food that I know is going to be good. Yep. That's kind of one, like you say, almost every day we're one decision away from a different life.
Yep, and we're one decision away from a totally different life. One guy actually did come back through and didn't want a plate and just thanked everybody who was standing there that helped. So that's the moments that you do it for.
We definitely will do it again.
So yeah. So we're looking at
next time I cook.
We'll be serving a little bit more, and going out. So that was our adventure in F3, giving back. And I can say this group has done a lot for me, and
it makes you grateful.
And tonight was, I don't know, I feel blessed, very blessed that I'm able to do this kind of stuff. That the Lord blessed me with the ability to barbecue. So, yeah. Any closing thoughts?
No.
All right, Cub. You told me something, and I thought it was funny while we were a minute ago. Go ahead and tell the story again for the camera, because it makes you kind of chuckle.
What story?
About the guy that was on the phone, and they asked you about your tattoo.
Oh, thank you. No.
Oh, she doesn't want to be on camera, but I'm going to get her just a little bit.
Okay, so I have this tattoo. They can't even see it. I have this tattoo.
Okay.
And it's the rock on with Dad's handwriting that says, "Love you, kiddo, Dad." Now, oh, and also says rock on. Now, this guy, he came and he what's the word? Motioned me over, and I walked over there. And he said, "Is that the tattoo for I love you?" And at first I was confused because I do have I love you tattooed. So I was a little bit confused. And they pointed to this one of the rock on. And I said, "No, if the thumb's out, then it's the I love you. But this is for rock on." And they said, "Oh, does it have meaning?" Because we grew up with all that tattoos we wanted had to have meaning. And I was like, yeah, all of mine have meaning. This one I got from my dad. It's his handwriting. And when he got sick, he started doing rock on. And the guy goes, like, sick, like COVID sick? And I was like, no, like cancer sick. And I didn't think about it. And they look at me, and I start chuckling a little bit. And they said, "That's funny shit." And, I mean, hey.
Yeah.
It is sick.
Yeah, it's...
And then he said, "Well, cancer's not going to stop a man from cooking barbecue, is it?" I said, "No, it's not."
That made me laugh.